Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to share with you guys a golden nugget which I have been able to figure out myself over the last couple of years, during which I was running my branded dropshipping store, which I am still running to this day. And basically, this is a store that I had decided to launch myself after I was keeping a close eye on who would be my biggest competitor at the moment. Back then in 2017, 2018, I was watching their Facebook ads, very successful Facebook ads with a lot of engagement, a lot of thousands of likes, comments, and shares. And they were actually selling a product within a niche that I was very much passionate about. So when I saw that and I saw the way they were branding their store, and they were private labeling their dropshipping products on their store, that basically gave me the secret recipe for success. Back in 2018, 2019, nobody was really discussing how to launch a branded dropshipping store back then. It was in its very early stages, and it was just a well-kept secret for the most successful dropshippers back then. But I was lucky enough to find out about this store, which was not even running on Shopify. They were running on Ecommerce, but they were pushing 6 figures of monthly revenue consistently. I was able to figure this out through their similar web analytics and data. They were drawing in a lot of traffic, like dozens of thousands of visitors every month. This was consistent traffic every month. So they were cashing in a lot of money every single month on a consistent basis. And this is exactly what I was looking to achieve back then, because my main pain point with dropshipping back then was that I just was not able to be consistent with this business model. I would find a winning product, I would run with it for a couple of weeks, and then it dies out, and then it's back to square zero again. And it was just a very frustrating process, which made me realize that my priority was not to generate a lot of money very quickly, but my priority was instead to generate money, build it up over time, no matter how long it takes, as long as I know that it's going to be sustainable. And I would be able to consistently grow that revenue over time and basically be able to live off of it, since it is consistent and predictable enough for me to do it. So this brings me to the golden nugget, which I told you guys at the beginning of this video I was going to share with you. And what this golden nugget consists of is basically, guys, what I found out about this very successful store back then in 2018, 2019. They were already in business for a couple of years already. And what that meant was they had a lot of pixel data, which they have generated over the last couple of years. They had a lot of domain authority. Their domain was quite renowned in the niche space. They were recognized by Google as being one of the leaders within that niche. So Google made it very easy for them to catch cold traffic for people that were looking for that particular type of product. They had a very strong established social media presence. They had hundreds of thousands of followers on Facebook and dozens of thousands of followers on Instagram as well. Their social media pages were on point, meaning they were pushing content consistently and very high quality content, which drew a lot of attention back then, and it just contributed to them being able to increase organic traffic, which in turn would help them increase their revenue. They had also a rich and strong history of customer reviews, mainly 4- and 5-star customer reviews on their Trustpilot page. I noticed that they had put in a lot of effort into building a very strong and trustworthy reputation, thanks to their commitment to bring in as many positive reviews on their Trustpilot page as possible. At that time, they had over 300 reviews, and they were by far the highest rated company within that niche with the most number of reviews. And this, I believe, was a significant driver behind their success. They also had their own content, meaning they had their own high quality, high definition professional product pictures, which no other competitor had at the time. They had their own Facebook creatives, which they made themselves by getting their product at hand and just making high quality content with the product, and having professional, competent video editors take over and deliver the final creative, which would turn out to be very successful on the Facebook platform. Last but not least, they were also the oldest player in this industry, in this niche, because they had gotten started back in late 2016, early 2017, and they just had an unwavering commitment to growing and developing their brand from the get-go. And this is something that you could easily notice through their ever-growing traffic and sales numbers since they got started. You could tell that the people behind this dropshipping store had no other focus, no other goal other than to dedicate their entire attention, focus, and energy into building this brand from scratch and growing it to over 7 figures worth of revenue in a year. And they managed to achieve that because of this exact mindset of dedicating their laser focus attention and energy into this particular store only and not being distracted by anything else. This is something that was reflected on the quality of their work, whether that be on their creatives, on their product page picture, on their brand reputation, on their branding strategy, the quality of their logo, the quality of their website, their user interface, how user-friendly their store is, how easy it was to place an order. Everything was just perfected to the max. And this is something that they wouldn't have been able to achieve had they not given their full attention to this one store. So when you add up all of these elements together, what you end up with is extremely high barriers to entry for anyone that might want to go into competition with these guys, because even if you brought the exact same product, even if you brought the exact same store design with the exact same branding strategy, and you made sure that you had everything perfected from the get-go, then you still wouldn't be able to touch them because they have so many years ahead of you, and you just can't get in the market from day one and expect to give them hard competition from the get-go. That is not possible at all, because they have such a huge head start and they were able to build such a strong momentum that makes the barriers to entry for any potential competitor extremely high and makes their life very hard basically to get in competition with these guys. Because these industry leaders, when they got into this niche, when they started building this branded dropshipping store, they already had in mind that they are in it to win it and to make it extremely hard for any other potential competitor to copy their concept and eat off their market share. So their strongest anti-competition tool was basically just the ability to build such a strong momentum over the years, a momentum that could not be replicated by a fresh and new competitor that gets in the market and just wishes to compete with these guys because he saw that their concept works, that their product sells really well, and he could eat up their market share simply because of the fact that he was able to find it. It doesn't work like that, guys. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes you find some very successful products out there that sell really well for some particular brands, which were able to build, again, very strong momentum, building their brands and selling their products in their respective niches, doing things properly over time and just building through consistency, through effort, and through quality work. They build themselves up as the leader of that niche and make it almost impossible for you to just get in their market and be able to compete with them and make their life harder. So there is really no way that a new competitor, someone that just gets into the market today, would pose a significant and real threat to someone that's been in the game consistently in the last couple of years. The gap is just so significant, and the 3 years, 4 years, 5 years worth of work that the leader in the market has been able to achieve just make it impossible for any newcomer, as the strategy that has been the first one is that you could replicate the exact same strategy as these leaders in their respective niches and markets. So what you will do is you will just find a product that has been proven to sell consistently over the year with no significant spikes, with no dips, something that is evergreen and that has significant demand behind it throughout the whole year. And then you decide on building a brand behind it, building a branding strategy, and then you go all in, you put the blinders on, and you disregard any other opportunities, whether that be in e-commerce, whether that be launching another brand or just running another dropshipping store alongside this main store, and just go all in for months and years, just being fully committed to this store. And what you will do over time is you will build the same amount of momentum that the leaders that I just spoke about previously in this video were able to build, and this will give you an edge in the market. And basically you will be able to build higher barriers to entry for any potential competitor that might want to get in competition with you and eat up your market shares. The second takeaway that you can take from this is that now you understand why sometimes when you see a successful store that sells what looks to you like a mainstream product that may be saturated in your mind, that they are successful, that they push very good numbers, 6-7 figures worth of revenue in a year. So what you do is you try to replicate their idea, their whole concept, you try to steal their product, their creatives, and you try to market them on Facebook and other online advertising platforms, and you do not end up anywhere and you fall short your expectations. The simple reason is just what I have discussed previously in this video. That particular store brand, they have been in the game for such a long time. They were able to generate such a big momentum that just makes it impossible for you to generate results that are anywhere near close to them. And so you start wondering why they are able to become so successful selling that product. And the simple reason is that they have been in the game much longer than you were, and they were able to capitalize on that product earlier than anyone else did. And they went all in marketing that product the right way and invest in significant amounts of energy, resources, and focus into building this brand into something that's big, something that's built upon a very strong momentum over the years. So it makes it very hard for any potential newcomers to just come and compete against them. So I hope you guys took some value out of this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please drop them down below in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have around the topics of e-commerce, dropshipping, building your own branded dropshipping store, which is something that I have been doing myself over the last couple of years. And I feel like I have the expertise and experience to help you build your own branded dropshipping store and become successful living on your own terms and generating money online, location independent. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.